Thank you very much to the witness. There's a large group that's joined us in the balcony. Are you the group from Cathedral City? Okay, wonderful. So Senator Stone, you want to welcome them, and I'm glad you're here to witness your government at work. Senator Stone?
I just want to welcome some wonderful kids from Cathedral City that are here to visit the Capitol. We're delighted that you're here today. I hope we'll have a chance to see you in my office after the hearing so I can get a chance to visit with each of you. But today you're seeing democracy in action, and you're seeing a very compassionate state deal with a very compassionate issue. So I'm very honored that you're all here to share this experience with me, sitting here on this dais with my fellow colleagues, Senator Monning and Senator Hawley, as I like to call her. So delighted to have you all here. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Next witness, please. 2 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you. Good afternoon. And my name is Derek Brown. I'm here with CHP, which stands for Community Housing Partnership. I'm a community organizer in training. I'm here to say that I received SSI because 5 years ago, I was shot on the corner of Eddie and Leavenworth in San Francisco. Even though I'm a New Yorker, and I'm going to emphasize, I was standing on the corner waiting for the light to change. 5 shots went off, 2 hit me on my back. Mind you, I worked for Macy's, and now I'm on SSI. Like I said, I receive 800 and some change a month, whereas when I was working for Macy's in San Francisco, I was receiving 800 and some change a week. So now I cannot buy nice clothes like I used to. I shop at the strip store. I don't have a child. I don't have any kids. I'm not married. I'm 55 years old. I don't see myself dating. If I have a child, normally parents would like to have their kids do better than them. If I had a child, he or she would already be born into poverty. You know, if I was trying to date to take a young lady to a theater, I cannot afford it. Probably a Happy Meal at McDonald's. So I'm here to say that, you know, we need, and I'm not begging or asking for a handout, we need an increase in SSI. I cannot receive food stamps. My mom's is 82 years old in San Francisco, and she receives SSI. 1 month, it's $40. The next month is $35. So it goes up and it goes down. And I have to explain to my mother, who's 82 again, on why it goes up and down. I can't give her an answer. I'm still trying to figure out why I'm not entitled to food stamps. So again, I represent Community Housing Partnership in San Francisco. I'm not here by myself. I came on a bus with a group of people that's in the audience. So please increase SSI and Social Security benefits. Thank you for giving me my time, and it's a blessing to be here.
Thank you very much for taking the time to come. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, Senator Hawley. My name is Angel McClain, and I'm a representative of St. Mary's Hope and Justice for seniors in Oakland. My story is a personal one, and it relates pretty much to most everyone you've heard from today. I don't have to say how much we get, but with me, my rent is $800. And after I pay rent, I don't have the luxuries of food and cable, you know. And I'm just here today. Ironically, we had an extra seat on the bus coming up here to ask you to get on the bus with us and travel down the road to tear down the wall of poverty.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is John Cortese. I'm a retiree. I do volunteer work with the Alameda County Community Food Bank and the Alameda County Special Olympics. Just a little bit of personal history. My folks came out of the coal mining camps of Colorado during the Great Depression, early 1930s. So I grew up hearing some pretty sad stories. But what I've seen and listened to this past 6 years even goes beyond those stories. When we had that Great Recession in 2009 and the budget cuts came in, I found out that my Dominican friends were wrong. There is no golden mean. When there's a budget cut, some agencies, some people are going to get hit worse than others. And the last 6 years, it's been the people that you've heard here today. It's no golden mean, it's just mean. It's been mean the past 6 years. And if those budget cuts, the SSI, SSP, and the COLA are not reinstored, the season's only going to get meaner. So I would ask you to please take that into consideration.
Thank you. I appreciate your testimony. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
Chair Mitchell, members of the committee. My name is Chris Jensen, and I'm here on behalf of Resources for Independent Living. We're an independent living center providing services to people with disabilities in Sacramento and Yolo counties. We are also members of the Californians for SSI. Normally I come and I like to say something smart and clever, but one of my friends was here to talk today and he had to leave, and so he handed me his testimony and asked me if I'd read it for him. And so I think his voice is more deserving than mine at this moment. His name is Terry Green. He lives here in Sacramento. And he says, I am on both SSI and SSDI. I am fortunate to currently have subsidized housing. Prior to that, I was bouncing between my grandmother's house and my father's in Redwood City for as long as they would tolerate me. Though I managed with the amount of income I was allotted, I found it difficult to, in most cases impossible, much of anything in the way of entertainment, such as movies, eating out, or affording a gym membership. I found myself out of money midway through the month with less than $20 to my name. If the income I received was increased, I would be able to afford to do more and would recirculate that money throughout the businesses of Sacramento. So we are in full support of all the advocates today that have asked to restore the SSP and to reattach the COLA. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next witness, 2 minutes, please.
Hello, Rebecca Gonzalez, National Association of Social Workers, California chapter. I think you can see by all the stories you've heard today that the need is really great. The state's fiscal condition is much better than it has been for the last 5 or 6 years, and I think we do have the money to restore these cuts. And so I just wanted to add our voices to encourage that we restore the cuts to the grants and also restore the COLA. Thank you.
Thank you. Next witness, 2 minutes.
Good afternoon to the committee. I'm Guitar Whitfield. I'm here with St. Mary's Center, Saha, and East Bay Housing, as well as the City of Oakland. One of the people coming here with me today, she asked me, she said, are you going to wear those shades? I said, have I worn them before? She said, no. My cousin fell dead at my feet on the 17th. His funeral is today, it was today at 11. But I'm here to speak for the living because I know what's going on. I know what's going on in everyone's brain because we all have a brain and we just heard what's going on. I can assume what's going on in your heart. But what we want to know is what your gut feeling is, what's going on in your stomach, and it will come out in the results of today. So I can take these shades off because I'm happy about what I heard coming from the committee. It's not all bad news. But remember, what's going on in these people's gut is not the same thing that's going on in your gut. They're hungry.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
Hi, Krista Lucchese. I'm the director of Mercy Brown Bag Program. We give groceries to low-income seniors, the majority of whom are on SSI. I'm a member of the board of directors of the Alameda County Community Food Bank, and also here with Californians for SSI Coalition. And I know that Senator Stone understands because of your doctor in pharmacy, but my seniors that I give groceries to, they say they sit down at the table and they decide whether or not they're going to take that medicine or they're going to be able to eat their lunch. And either way, the results are not good. So I am asking for a restoring of these benefits because I really feel like not only will it help the community, it will also reduce the cost of your health care, the long-term care in the nursing homes. It'll reduce the justice things because people have to resort to something in order to eat. So please, the money is there. Look for it, please, and don't balance the budget on the backs of the people who are hurting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Next.
I'm sorry, I had one more thing. I know you have a long line, but this is also 1,841 people who have signed the Californians for SSI petition, and if you'd please take a look at their names.
Please, if you give it to the sergeant, would appreciate that, and we'll add that to the 230 letters that I, as the chair of the committee, received also in support of this item. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrea Jones, and I live with my mom. She has diabetes. I also have diabetes. I inherited through the family. And if I hadn't had a home to stay with my mom, I would be homeless. I have my vehicle to take her around because transit don't transport her everywhere she needs to go. So my money goes on the maintenance of my vehicle, and the money that I pay for rent goes, and her money that comes in goes on bills. So I know the governor has a mother and a family. It's all about exchanging hands, helping one another. If he could please tear down the wall of poverty, we would appreciate him having compassion for the poor. And it's another thing. I worked at a church, giving out food every Thursday. You should see all the people that come here in Hayward. At Shallow, it was one old Spanish lady. She came up there alone. It touched my heart. I'm like, who is she with? She walked. I figured out what she was saying, and I don't know Spanish. I loaded up her box. I carried it home for her. She had no one to help her. She tried to offer me $2. I said, no price, free. If anybody don't know Yahweh, he's my help. That's God. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Appreciate you. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
It's hard to get up here after hearing all these heart-wrenching stories.
I agree. It's hard to hear them.
My name is C.T. Weber. I'm a member of the California Alliance for Retired Americans Legislative Committee. I'm also the Peace and Freedom Party of California Legislative Committee chairperson. And one thing that, I have to say off the top of my mouth is that California leads the nation in poverty. And, we're not going to, we got there because we've made a lot of bad decisions in the past. You have to say shame to the legislature and the governors of the past who led to this crisis, which was created because people set their priorities in the wrong place. I say kudos to this committee for trying to stop that and hopefully turn it around and move it in a new direction. Of course, it's always nice to restore the COLA. Hopefully we'll also restore the grants and increase them. Getting back up to the poverty line is not the answer. We have to get above the poverty line. Nobody in California should be in poverty. We should have a guaranteed income for everybody. And so I just hope you do the right thing. I hope you can use your influence to move your sisters and brothers in the legislature to do the right thing. And then all of you get together and twist the governor's arm as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next witness, 2 minutes, please.
Randy Hicks, California's Disability Rights. We echo all the comments that have been said here. One of the things that we have to look at this is that there's an economic benefit to raising the COLA and restoration. With the restoration, people can go out and buy medicine and buy food and buy stuff that they need, and that comes back into the economy. It generates revenue, tax revenue, and it also hires more employees, which means they're going to have to pay payroll tax, which means payroll tax means they're going to have to pay SSI tax. It makes money. Every time somebody buys something on an SSI client, they will go out and they don't save the money. Nobody saves the money. They need it for their families or they need it for themselves. It's a revenue generator. So this really wouldn't cost the state. I'd like an economic benefit done about how much money does SSI, SSP clients bring into the state of California, regenerated by tax revenue, and actually makes money for the state. That's what I would like to see. Then you take that to finance at the governor's department and say, see, you're actually making money for the state and not spending it.
Thank you, sir. Next witness, 2 minutes, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Hortensia Hopi, and I'm from St. Mary's Center, Senior Center. I've been here, my first time to come to Sacramento, I was 3 years old. And now, my second time, I'm 83. And I appreciate all of you, because I know you've done a wonderful job, and it's very hard for you. But I'm here to say, please, could you help me balance my budget? Because I have $100 here and $100 here. This is my medication. When I get through with this $100, I have to go into this. Right. So I have my electric and gas to pay. And I got $10 in my SSI check, and I got a bill for PG&E of $69.89. So it's kind of hard. And I would like to have you please help us to bring us up to level. I don't want no luxury. I just want a little help. And I know that all of you helped me out when I was working to put little eggs in a nest for me for my retirement. And I bless you all and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your testimony today.
Senators, I really appreciate all the work that you've been doing. My name is Janie Castillo. I'm the Hope and Justice Coordinator for St. Mary's Center. If our people could raise their hands that came from Oakland on a bus today, and there's many more than that. We came to share with you from the Oakland community that this is an extreme need of ours to raise the checks level of all of our people. But more than that, it's actually very expensive for California as a state to have poverty in its midst. Very expensive. And I want to share with you, because many of the points have already been said. St. Mary's Center works with unhoused seniors and housed seniors, and I have been privileged to watch as our unhoused seniors become housed. And though many of them are still struggling with the limited incomes, what happens is that it gives them to freedom to actually do more things in our community, to engage in the Golden and Green Project, and they learn how to grow their own food. We are planning this year to start a partnership with the local Y and the local school to actually have our elders speak to the children, so that we're reestablishing the village, right? We're reestablishing the beloved community. But our elders and our disabled, our families can't do that if they're lined up for hours in food lines across the city, if they're lined up outside of social services trying to get the benefits that they need. Poverty is expensive, but the flip side is if we take care of it, we create the riches that California is supposed to have through the people that we serve. So this is a win-win for everybody, and thank you so much for hearing us out today.
And tell me the name of the agency again.
St. Mary's Center.
Okay, I got it. St. Mary's Center. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rob Cull. I'm from DocFight, which is a disabled rights group. And I agree with everybody here. Nobody should live in poverty in California. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Next witness, please.
Hi, my name is Anthony Borelli. I'm from Stockton, and my mom has actually been fighting with SSI recently because for some reason she went from being disabled in their eyes to being not disabled. And ever since these budget cuts, she's been in this fight, and she's just barely getting to a point where they might start paying her again. So that's why this is important to get fixed right away so that more people don't go through that. Like my mom is now, because it's stressing her out to where she has memory lapses on things that she needs to think about, but she can't because she's too worried about this. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you for coming and telling us. Appreciate it. Next witness.
Yeah, I'm Anthony Faber, and my situation, I get $889.40 a month. My rent is $847.85 until the start of May, when, essentially I haven't heard from the landlord yet, but he's got another week to tell me whether my rent is going up. So, you can see I could definitely use a little bit more money. I mean, again, I don't need that much to live on. And again, I do get food from food pantries. I actually volunteer at a food pantry because, I started getting food there, and then it's kind of like, gee, you guys look like you could use some help. Let me help you. But, it's still a matter of, right now I'm really on the edge, and I'd like to be able to step back maybe a step or two. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Collins. I'm with St. Mary's Center, Hope and Justice. First of all, I'd like to compliment you on your building.
It's your building.
Well, I don't know yet. I'm with Hope and Justice first. and I'm here to say that we, as a people, we start off as children, all of us. And unfortunately, we wind up as elders.
Yes.
And between that time, we're worker bees. So tearing down the wall of poverty would start with the children. And we would be able to look outside of this building and see the real world. Make this one clearer, and it would help the children, because in the end, it would help us.
Thank you. Next witness, please, 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Kipley Thurlow, citizen, Oakland, California. 2007, I received $297 a month SSI. When they were done, I received 202 pennies SSI. Through now, I pay housing. I have no budget for food or other things. What I don't think people understand is this dire pinching need. $97 a month times 12, $1,200 a year, over $7,000 that we haven't received. Where do you get your dish soap? Where do you get your hairpins, socks, laundry soap, anything? It all costs money. PG&E, the East Bay Mud just gave themselves another $2 raise for the Oakland sewer tax. And they say, oh, don't be cheap, just don't buy a latte. But anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm here with Ashante from the food bank and Janie from St. Mary's Center. I would just like to say that, first of all, this is a housing for seniors, okay? I got this yesterday from Oakland Housing Authority. Everything in here I could count on one hand. That's 30% of income. The rest is way so high, you can't touch it, okay? I just thought I would show you proof that what we get, we can't even, if you get an apartment, how are you gonna pay your PG&E? So you're getting in and getting right back out. I just would like you guys to hear that, and I thought I'll say that. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
Hello. Hello. My name is Robert Meadows, and I'm an advocate for in-home support services for disabled people, including myself, who has survived 3 deaths: coma, traumatic brain damage, brain stroke, and brain cancer. And it's a privilege just to be here in this building. I like to just quote that I hear the word compassion thrown around a lot in here. And I'm wondering which direction is it coming from? Because it seemed like we're looking for it to come from here. The staff, the people sitting up there in the pool, that they would throw it our way by not cutting any more, because I can't even afford to go to my doctors anymore. But due to my strokes, I have nerve damage, which I'm never able to drive again. There's no buses running in my area, and I can't afford the rent, and I can't afford the lights, the smud. I can't even get to my doctors. And when I look at the word, when I think about that word compassion, it's usually come with me with trust. So when I put the trust in God, and God put the trust in the people who have the voting rights, the right to vote for people to get in office. Now, where does the compassion come from once they're in office? Will it change to suit the people that got in office? Because it ain't helping the people that's on SSI. It seems like only rich is getting rich, but these people are still suffering like myself. I got out of the hospital last night, but I couldn't get home because the bus stopped running. I don't have the money to get home in a taxi. Thank God I have a friend who I have to pay when I do get an SSI check next week. But by the time I get it, I'm in the same boat as everyone else. I have nothing except for hopes and dreams. And see, when I think about that, the thing in the Bible is, maybe I'm right and maybe I'm wrong. It states that upon this land I build my house, and the very gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And then I thought about it, I said, but it never said rocks won't be thrown at it. So now it's being thrown in y'all direction. Stop tearing down the houses of the people that have no house to live in, and just restore this thing to make sure that SSI stays the same and get better than what it used to be. It used to be a time where I was expecting a reimbursement from SSI. That no longer exists. Getting on the bus, that no longer exists. Because if you don't have this, the rocks be thrown at me by telling me, I'm sorry, you can't get your medicine.
10 seconds.
And also, all I'm asking, just do what is right, because we put the trust in y'all, and return us with the compassion that we give y'all by getting you in office.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Next witness, 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Luann Nguyen. I'm a supervising attorney at the East Bay Community Law Center. We're here to support the SSI COLA increase. I came to the East Bay community at the time that the recession hit, and while the housing market was going down, rent continued to increase. And this was also the time where COLAs weren't being given to our clients anymore. So what we saw were a lot of people going through eviction process where they couldn't afford their rent. And we also have a consumer debt practice where we see lots of people who owe past amount due on various things that they can't afford. And so the interest amount continues to accrue, and the debt just keeps on getting higher and higher. And the stress of living in those situations and poverty is extreme. In the Bay Area, the Section 8 housing lists are closed. And if they open, which sometimes they do once every 2 years, it takes another, once you get on them, when you get into the lottery, it takes another 5 years to get public housing, Section 8 housing, and the fair market value for one bedroom is $1,200. So we know that for a lot of people, they can't afford just plain old housing. This is not going to fix the problem. It's not going to solve, but it's going to help, and it's fair. We are a government of the people, by the people. This is the people. They are experts, and they've gone through so much, and they deserve a little bit more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next witness, please. 2 minutes.
My name is Kendra Douglas, and I'm from the Senator of San Francisco. I'm a mother of 2, and my children were both born into poverty. My son was born MFG, actually. And there were so many people who came to talk today, and they had so many touching stories, but I heard nobody mention the MFG problem. And
that's going to be, there's a, later on the agenda, there's going to be a panel, and they're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alan Craigie. I'm from San Francisco. I just want to thank you for holding this hearing. It's very much necessary. When I was graduating from high school back in the 70s, the old rule was 25% of your rent. 25% of your check goes to rent. Well, those days are long gone. And when you start talking about being on SSI, it just takes it to a whole nother level. You're talking 65 to 75 to 80%. And I think it's just something, I think those cuts should be restored because we paid the price back when times were tough a few years ago. So I urge you to do that.
Thank you. Next witness, please, 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Colleen Rebecca, and I work at St. Anthony Foundation in San Francisco. One of the things we do at St. Anthony's is we serve about 2,500 meals a day to low-income San Franciscans. Many of those are people who receive SSI, especially towards the end of the month, because by now your check has run out and there's nothing left. We're seeing our seniors and people with disabilities who receive SSI not having to make choices like, should I go to the movies or should I go to the ball game, but should I buy toilet paper or should I eat breakfast this morning? Do I go for my medicine or go to my doctor's appointment and pay my out-of-pocket fee to go, or do I eat lunch? So these are the kinds of Sophie's choices that people on SSI are making because the grant levels have been reduced and the grant levels are sub-poverty, they're sub-survival level. And it takes, if it all it took were words to help to end poverty, we would have ended it by now. It takes action and it takes money. It takes an investment. And so we're here today with our words, hoping that that can spur you to make an investment in our seniors and people with disabilities so that at least they can live with the bare minimum that they need. At least they can have what they need to survive, because right now they don't. And this is California, and that shouldn't be happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Next witness, 2 minutes, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Shane. I'm with the California Association of Food Banks. And I just want to throw a quick statewide ditto on top of everything we've heard. I've heard from Lisa Houston, the executive director of the Fine Food Bank in the Coachella Valley. I've heard from the folks in Santa Cruz and Monterey counties. I mean, this is a real statewide issue. Rents are high everywhere. Food banks are serving the SSI population week in and week out because, as we know, the money's not going there. So thank you.
Thank you very much.